Morning, 6th of August 2026. So it's the choice card today, aka the Lovers. Choices have consequences, and the consequences shape your destiny. Let's see. We've got Sagittarius, we've got 4th house of home and family life, Cancer, and we've got victims and martyrs, Neptune. Let's see. Oh, and it's there on the cut, look. We won't say any names unless it comes out again, which it has been doing, hasn't it? And again, Lamia Raleigh. It is a Gemini energy, children, siblings, childhood, school days, hands, arms, shoulders. It's overlap relationships, there it is. It's first wives, Adam, Eve, Lily. So, let's put that on Do Not Disturb. Yep. Richard, Katie, Zoe, Lord Mara, London. Fear of the future and the dog that holds you back. So there's born in the year of the dog. This is not wanting to look the fool or feel the fool. I'm not prepared to take the risk. Number 22, negative energy. Mainly because somebody here hasn't got the moral high ground and they know it's going to be an uphill battle. The choice. You need to open up. Spirit will give you fair winds, but you have to hoist your own sails. They cannot do this for you. There's the Neptune card, the Tower 16. Walking around on eggshells, there'll be no peace until you destroy something and rebuild. Yeah, stop being stubborn, stop being greedy, stop being controlling. Let go and let Spirit take care of it. You've got 2 4s. So somebody here is ready for a change, but they fear the repercussions. Arguments, accidents, losses within the home. Financial success through a female, or it's Leo of any gender, somebody who's high maintenance, so stuck in stormy waters, unable to travel, delays in travel over water, and unable to leave the past behind because all those swords in that boat are going to sink you. It's the past. Again, we're at the past. It's been going on for a while now, hasn't it? So we've got Neptune energy. What have we got in Neptune? Aries. So Aries is in Neptune, and we've got Leo, and we've got Sagittarius. So all fire signs are mentioned. What's yours will always be yours. It can't be taken from you. So don't try and control this situation or have a paddy about it. Where's Leo? Leo's sun. Aries is in Neptune. And Leo is in the South Node, which is the past. So there you go. Aries is in the 8th house of death and rebirth. And Leo's in the 12th house of victims and martyrs. So, if you're gritting your teeth and saying yes when you really want to say no, this is for you. People pleasing, not good luck. Fear of the future. Yep, there is a woman scorned, a lonely divorced or widowed woman, somebody who seeks revenge. She has been broken by someone, not thinking clearly. Wishes not coming true. Aquarius energy of any gender. It could be a divorced or widowed woman, like I said. It could be a professional woman who gives advice. Doctors, spiritual leaders, lawyers. So that's an enemy. Yeah. I haven't got the moral high ground because they're relying on this large sum of money, whatever it is, this security, this financial worth. Peace will only come when you make a choice. Make the right choice for you. A day off is needed, required. Because something from the past has caused trauma. It could be child abuse, it could be trauma from in the past. Month, week, year, decade, whatever. It's also about children, siblings. So again, and 6 months is mentioned. The loss of friends, friendship and stability. Career, unreliable, unpredictable finances, career and friendships. Taurus energy. So we've got Aquarius and Taurus, small amounts. Taurus moon, Taurus Chiron, so something needs healing. Juno in Aquarius, Pluto in Aquarius. And 6th house of Aquarius, so healing again. Blimey. Something needs to be healed from the past. Stop overthinking it. Stand up for yourself. The fear, there is nothing to fear but fear itself. There's words and thoughts that you've got in your brain going around. The expectations of a punishment. The past, again, somebody's living in the past. Financial wealth and Leo energy, living in the past. It's time to remember that the past is over, the future is not promised, and you must be present in the now. Build a bridge, get over it, stop crying over spilt milk. Somebody here has missed an opportunity, a chance for a new life, a new home, and somebody's been put at the gates of hell because of another. The foundations were never strong enough. Daughters, hostages, Stockholm syndrome. This is where you need to realise you are more powerful than you know. You have to get out of your own head and stop letting people leech off your energy. So protect yourself, meditate. Somebody's draining you financially, emotionally, spiritually, mentally or physically. 2 or 29. The tarot readers, the psychics, the mediums, the carnival people. 11th October where I come from, but it could be a different date for you. It is toxic marriages, it is hostage situations, like I said. Persephone. So the names we've got is Kelly, Marcia, George, Elaine, Destiny Lee, Esme Rose, Beth and Alice. 2 and 29. So she was in the upright yesterday, wasn't she, with the divine couple, and now she's joined him They're both in that dark place now. Something's come between this divine energy. Maybe you haven't got time to meditate. It's coming between you and spirit. Or maybe you're confused. You're not thinking clearly. There it is. Pisces. It is the victim, the martyr. Somebody is unwilling to turn their world upside down and stand on their own 2 feet. And in the process, they are trapped. Houdini was mentioned before. And he died doing that. Done that trick many, many times. But the last time, he lost the key. And that's what you've done. You've lost the key. Your fear outweighs the positive. So issues with the feet and toes. Suspended animation, maybe suspended from work, and that's why it's affecting your finances. But this is the poets, the musicians, the psychics. It's also the prisoners. It's about putting something right. So we've got the number 12 there, Paul. And there it is again, the stubbornness, the narrow-mindedness of thinking, I can't do that. It's the Alice card, Alice in Wonderland. She believed she knew she couldn't get through that door until she found that little bottle that made her shrink. And maybe that's it. Your ego's got so big that you can't possibly bear thinking about being humble, because that's not in your nature. Because it's going to cost you. And you know you haven't got the moral high ground. So you have to shrink yourself constantly if you're a victim or a martyr. And that too is not good. There's the Sagittarius energy, so now we can say it's in the dice and it's in there. It's somebody acted in haste and now they're repenting at leisure. Unfinished business. Knowledge gained. Somebody's found something out and secrets are being kept there. So not from this person. Fourth house. Well done, Spirit. Sagittarius and fourth house have got both in the dice. It's home and family life. So unfinished business there. And the impotent gentleman, unwilling or unable to take action, and medically impotent, perhaps colon, prostate problems, dishonouring the dead, not taking action when it was required, doesn't do what it says he's going to do, don't put his money where his mouth is. Can be in areas of any gender, but this is lack of self-esteem. Yep, there it is. The Ace of Wands reversed. So feeling impotent. Financially, emotionally, spiritually, mentally or physically impotent. And not having the moral high ground, and they know it. So the 19, negative energy. It's somebody putting obstacles in your way, stealing your happiness, delays in travel again. The Karens of this world. So let's have a look then. Fourth house, home and family life. Some people are at home on a battlefield because that's how they grew up. So it all depends on your upbringing, your grounded, your foundations. Could also be pregnancies. It's the stomach and breasts. It's the colour red, so somebody's seen red. Oh, I didn't tell you what the song was, did I? The song is To Do Run Run, so I always think it's Ron. So the name Ron, or do run, so do a runner. Somebody's doing a runner, trying to escape. home, parents, childhood, inherited patterns, family environment, upbringing in the womb. And you're going against it because you're dishonouring the dead. It's the base from which you venture out, and sometimes the act is a fearful one. So afraid to leave home. Home is where we most feel secure. Home is where your heart is. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's gentle, easy environment. For some people, this home is a battlefield. Internalized sense of home and security will depend on your initial childhood experiences. So, it's about your psychological moulding when you were a kid. Whether you was good enough or not. Whether you were allowed to be happy or not. Whether you're constantly told to keep the peace. Sagittarius in Neptune. This placement urges us to expand, especially our consciousness, and support spiritual rather than religious practices. The illusion lies in false gurus and inappropriate gods, but the potential exists for a spiritual vision. So spirit may be trying to contact you in your dreams or in a daydream. You'll see something, hear something, smell something, feel something. I am going to do tomorrow's read later on because I'm in Hull for a couple of nights. Angel's Trumpet, Judgment Day, the Judgment of Solomon. It's not here yet. Judgment Day hasn't arrived yet. It's the number 1. The name Joshua could be important. So the angels are not on your side. You have to make the choice. And if you refuse to do it, they can't help you. The Latin name is Brugmansia Suaveolens. Venus and Saturn. True love. And clarity of mind. Known as the Datura tree because of the trumpet-shaped flowers appearing so similar to Datura in Oxia, angel's trumpet, or the Brugmansia tree, is definitely its own plant. So you are your own person, not like everybody else. Similar to Datura, it gives off an intoxicating scent. Though repulsing some, it works deeply in the realms of dreams. So again, visions and dreams could be very important. Angel's trumpet can help you fly in your dreams, like an angel or a bird, dealing with death and rebirth, which we said Aries is in there, didn't we? Angel's trumpet embodies the enchantress, the seductive and mesmeric qualities as a deadly poison. Angel's trumpet can be used in cursing, but in South American Ayahuasca tradition, some horse garrus or ayahuasca have been known to add a flower to the mix of the psychoactive brew when doing work in ancestral healing. That's what this is about. It's about being your true self and not worrying about what other people will say or think. Folklore says they grow in graveyards, so maybe you haven't been to see mum and dad or grandparents or whatever, and the grave needs tending. Now, there is not a lot of evidence of that. Today, like many trumpet-shaped flowers, we associate it with receiving information and messages, in particular from the dark goddesses, the ancestors and spirit allies. So watch for the numbers on the clock as numerology. Look it up on Google as Joanne Secret Scribe, or Sacred Scribe, sorry. Animal totems, meaning, put that into white feathers, pennies from heaven, etc. You know the drill. Angel's trumpet relays the truth. even when it's hard to hear. So the truth must come out before they can be set free. As a spirit ally, Angel's Trumpet helps us with any translation or transformation where we have to let go and step consciously into the unknown, which is what we're afraid of. So that's why this is delayed, because it's reversed. This is its gift as a poison. So an unwanted gift, but it is a gift nonetheless. Helping us process death and death-like experiences with life awareness. This plant spirit is particularly helpful when we are resistant to change, but know it is for the greater good. Helping us surrender to the process and let go of our attachments. What did I say? To how we think things should be. Angel's Trumpet can give us the message we need to choose the joy in transformation, focusing on what new things are coming rather than what we have lost. Those who help others transition, like hospice workers, death doulas, would benefit from taking this plant spirit as a flower essence, which is non-toxic, and when appropriate, administrating the flower essence to the physically transitioning. Even if it's administered topically, the ally can also be petitioned for lucid dreaming and astral flight. Angel's Trumpet tells us we are resisting change. We are not ready to let go and we need more time. Do not avoid the message you are receiving about change. Embrace them and prepare yourself for the coming change. Cast out that which no longer serves you and embrace your spiritual beauty. Listen to the voice of your soul and be ready for change, because it's coming. Okay. Tewas. Honour, justice, leadership, authority, analysis, rationality, knowing where one's true strength lies, a willingness to self-sacrifice. So that is dishonour, that is needing to be honourable. Tewas. It's also very much like the Sagittarius sign, it's an arrow. So Tia, the one-handed god of war and oaths. Aries is god of war. Tiwas, binding agreements. 17. So it could be that the Lewis today is a binding, so it's a ceremony maybe, an oath, a promise broken, or under duress. But it is upright, so that's good for a change. There it is. So 17. Two is the guiding star, your North Star. So not the past, the future. Its guiding star, well, does it keep faith with princesses? It is ever a course over the mists of night and never fails, so follow your true north node. Tia is the one-handed among the gods, believing of wolf and king of temples. So, the dog again. Tiwaz is also given Tiwaz to the Norse Scandinavian Iceland. The rune was known as Tia, while to the Saxons it was Tim. The letter T. This rune is symbolically connected with the North Star, which is Aquarius, and your truth, which never fails. With vows and unbreakable oaths, the custom of holding up one's right hand while taking an oath is derived from the story of Tyr. The trees of Tiwaz are the mighty oak, so Taurus, which we already had, and the hazel. The spear is also the symbol of Tiwaz, which is the fire sign symbol in the tarot, as might be expected since the rune represents the god of war, again Aries. The shape of the rune suggests the unvarying compass needle, so travel. Tiwaz is the ancient name for the god of war and justice, so the right thing, who was first mentioned by the Roman writer Tacitus, who claimed that Tiwaz was the king of the Germanic gods when the role was later assumed by Odin, Wednesday. Tiwaz took the humbler, so there we go again, you have to be humble, form of the god Tyr. To the Saxons he was known as Tim, and it is from this name that we derived our word Tuesday, so Tuesday, Wednesday. His most famous story involves a monstrous wolf called Fenris, who had grown so large that he threatened to devour the whole universe to satisfy his ravenous hunger. So the wolf is Capricorn, it's about status, it's about money, career. The gods tried to bind this monster with ropes and chains, but there proved to be no restraint to Fenris, who broke them with a shrug. Even one of the dwarf craftsmen made an enchanted ribbon that was as fine as a woman's hair, and swore that this alone would be strong enough to fetter the beast. However, scenting magic, the wolf refused to allow the gods to bind him. There was one brave peasant ready to step off that cliff. Tyr stepped forward and offered to place his right hand in the mouth of the monster as a guarantee that all would be well. To the relief of the gods, the bindings held, and Fenris' roof was imprisoned. Now the monster took his revenge by biting off Tyr's extended hand, which was nobly sacrificed for the good of all. So somebody maybe doesn't want to bite the hand that feeds them, but it has to be sacrificed. Upright. This is about binding oaths. This may seem paradoxical, since Tiwaz broke his oath to the wolf, yet the oath was made under duress, and he had no good reason to lie. He had a good reason to lie. So if you've made a promise under duress, it does not count. A worthy promise, made under the right conditions, for honourable reasons, should and indeed must be kept. Tiwaz is thought to signify lasting love, and its appearance denotes a bond that once made cannot be broken. However, Tiwaz is also an aggressive and masculine rune, so it tends to favour men rather than women. Any relationship question that is answered by Tiwaz shows that passions will run riot because two strong-minded people will be involved. While sex will never be boring, the danger of jealousy will always be present. If the person asking the question is a woman, Tiwaz suggests that a strong and handsome man will love her fiercely, and that she may have to sacrifice something major in her life, so grit your teeth and bear it, to ensure that he stays attached to her. However, once that has been done, the relationship will prosper. Love will be steadfast, or as Shakespeare described, as constant as the North Star. Tiwaz indicates success in business and sports. It suggests that legal decisions may go in your favour. In these matters, as in affairs of the heart, an unshakable conviction that what you're doing is right will give you the strength of purpose to succeed. But if you've got that doubt in your head, then don't do it, because you won't succeed. If you know it's not right, don't do it. Okay, where are we going next? What are these? There it is, they're telling you. Take that leap of faith. This is my Peter Pan and Wendy card. So if you've watched the film, any of the films, Wendy, all the brothers have taken flight to the 7-star on the left or whatever it is, and they're flying through the air. But Wendy's a bit older, she's a bit more mature, and she knows that this might be her last chance, but she still fears it. She's frightened that she may drop. She doesn't believe as strongly as she would if she'd been younger, with no inhibitions of people's expectations. So she stood on that windowsill, and Peter's saying, "Come on, Wendy, come on." And finally she takes that leap of faith, and she soars through the sky to some place she would never have seen if she hadn't jumped off that. So you have to go first, and then the universe will catch you. You have to believe that what you're doing is right, or nothing matters. So leap of faith then. Jump off that cliff and make your wings on the way down. Number 72. So Peter and Wendy, those names could be important. You go first. The universe will catch you. Life bends for the courageous. The universe wants to support you, but first they need you to leap, to throw your life up in the air, which you're not prepared to do. Perhaps you know what you're being called to leap towards or away from, but are scared to make that move. Or maybe perhaps you're waiting for a big fat sign or instruction manual, or permission to go first. If that's you, then this is your card. It's your sign, your permission slip to take that deep breath and leap into the unknown. Yes, it's scary to let go of all we know in the hope for something new, and it's normal to feel anxious at the thought of letting go of what we know for sure, but you'll miss that opportunity if you don't. But this is the unavoidable process of rising, and right now that is how you are being called to live. Nature is constantly showing us how to live with courage. Fall comes every year and encourages the trees to loosen their grip, to allow what once was so full of life to fall away, leaf by leaf. For a moment it will feel like nothing will grow again, and you will feel very empty. The branches are bare, without the comfort of what once was. But in the morn of spring, new shoots begin to appear, and something new will be born that is even more glorious than before. So you go first, take a good run up, and leap. Do run, run, go, run. D3. Madam Hanamantia. His name was. So Bill could be important. Oh, 16 again. Just, there we go, 16. You can't make it up, can you? If I didn't do it on camera, you won't believe me. So fate has put a spoke in the wheel. And fate is waiting to see which cords to cut, the path you're not going to take. They're still waiting. And this has been going on a very long time, hasn't it? Where's my little book? Book's gone. Is it on here? Oh, there it is. 16. So we've got 16, 17. Could be of this month. Very important. Known by many names, the three fates spin, measure and cut the thread of your life. They determine how long your life will be and what you will make of that time on earth. Or you make your own choices, which is today's card, the choice. From day to day and moment to moment, the larger tapestry of your destiny is in the hands of the wise ones. who see it in its entirety. Aligning yourself with that destiny will lead you to greater success. It is in reverse. Sometimes it will feel like the fates do not have your best interests at heart. Look for the lessons in the tough times and know they will spin round to a more positive direction soon. This is about your destiny, your karma, and your choices, because your choices always have consequences, and your destiny comes from those consequences. You must align with your true nature and your destiny, because if your life ended tomorrow, what would you regret? Don't live in regrets. They don't want you living in regret. Here we go then. So 16 is Chris, Mandy and Neil. Yeah, get out there, take some time to yourself, do some drawing or pass the time away in nature. Get back to being at one with nature. Because you're not being creative. They want you to create something new and you're refusing to do it. You're stagnating. So you won't thrive. They want you to thrive. So it's time to create something new for yourself. Be brave, be bold. Thanks for listening. Speak soon. Bye-bye.